LSU, Bowie State Bulldogs, 1865. All right, well, let me calm down. What's going on, y'all? It's Clarence Jr. breaking down the Bulldogs, and we are going through the top 10 coaches in the CIAA based on a very specific criteria. Once again, that is overall record, conference record, top of the conference record. That's Bowie State, Virginia Union, Fayetteville State, Winston-Salem State. Boom, got it right again. Then there's conference championship appearances. There's championships, there's ranked wins, and there's playoff wins. At number 10 was Coach Davon Morgan entering into his second season. Then there's Coach Frank Turner entering into his third season. I believe third season. Yes, third season. Then there's Coach Sean Gilbert, who has been at Livingstone since, I always mess this stuff up, since 2021. So he is going into his fifth season. All right. Then we have, and quick nugget about Coach Sean Gilbert. Sean Gilbert recorded his first winning season last year at 6-4. Also, he had his first winning season within the conference at 4-3. So trending in the right direction. All right. Then we have Coach Adrian Jones, who is one of the longer tenured coaches in the conference. Spent 8 years at Shaw and is now on his way to Elizabeth City State. And Coach Jones has 3 winning seasons at 6-4 and 1 500 season at 5-5. He also has 2 seasons with a winning record within the conference. Both times he was 5-2. All right. Then we have Coach Massey, who recorded his first winning season last year at 7-3. And he was also 5-2 with a winning record in the conference for the first time. All right. He also went 3-1 versus the aforementioned team. So it appears as if he is trending in the right direction as well. And at number 5, I think you guys have probably guessed it or figured it out by now. And a lot of you probably are not going to agree with this. But once again, this is based on the numbers. That is it. On number 5, we have Coach Kyle Jackson at the Bowie State University. And as you can see, Coach Massey was the first coach on the list to record a point, and that was for his conference record. And now we're at Coach Jackson, who has 5 points. Why is that? Well, his overall record is 16-14. That's over 50%. That gets you a point. His conference record is 13-10. That's over 56%. That gets you 3 points. His record versus the top of the conference is 1-7, which puts him at 12%. And he does have 1 ranked win as a coach. Actually, his first ever game as the interim head coach at Bowie State was a home game versus a ranked non-conference opponent, in which Bowie State did win that game. And that's how we get to 5 points. So, Coach Jackson is entering into year 4. And just looking at the numbers, as you can see right here on the screen, decent. Winning record, solid. Started off his career with back-to-back 6-4 seasons. Last year, we had a little slide, and they were 4-6. As you can see, the main issue or the main target that you want to look at is the record versus the Winston-Salem's, Virginia State's, Virginia Unions, and Fayetteville State. Those 4 schools. 1-7 in those games. The 1 win being versus Virginia State at their homecoming, where they were completely annihilated. There's no other way to put it. But that's what that is. The main focus for Coach Jackson would obviously be to get back to having a winning season. Definitely want to win at least 6 games this year. Really 7 or 8, but that's beside the point. But the main focus, Virginia State, Virginia Union, Winston-Salem, Fayetteville State. And guess what? Bowie State plays all 4 of those schools this year. Not only do they play all 4, they play 3 of them at home. Winston-Salem State, boom, got it right again. It's coming to Bowie. So is Fayetteville State, and so is Virginia State. Yes, because last year Bowie State went to Virginia State for their homecoming. So this year Virginia State is coming to Bowie. The only team that Bowie State has to go to of the Big 5 is Union. The other 3 are coming to 14,000 Jericho Park Road. So this is a year where you play all 4 of them. At the very least, you want to try and go 500. Really, you want to try to, win 3 of the 4. But you got to get at least 2, with 3 of them coming home. So at number 5, there's Coach Jackson, because once again, a winning overall record, a winning conference record. The issue is the top of the conference. It's one thing to beat the Bluefields, the ECSUs, the Lincolns, Livingstone for the most part, even though Livingstone got us 2 years ago. But once again, when it comes to Virginia State, Virginia Union, Fayetteville State, Winston-Salem State, those games you got to start winning. And next thing you know, the record goes from 16-14 to 20-10. The conference record goes from 13-10 to 17-6. Looks a lot better, Top of the conference goes from 1-7 to 4-3. Well, a lot better. Championship appearances probably goes from 0 to at least 1. So that's the focus for Bowie State going forward. First of all, you got to stave off the teams that are behind you. And you got to start to try to beat some of those teams that have been a little bit higher. That's the goal. So coming in at number 5 is Coach Kyle Jackson at Bowie State University.